everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kathleen, and if you're new here, welcome. I help women over 50 feel natural, beautiful, and confident with effortless hair and makeup. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about curling irons, specifically the 1-inch long barrel from Bionic and the 1.5 inch curling iron from Bionic. I'm going to show you side by side a demo. On the right side, I'm going to be using the 1 inch, and on the left side, I'm going to be using the 1.5 inch. I love both of these irons. I use them all the time for work. For those of you who don't know, I have a bridal hair and makeup company, and these are by far my most used irons. I love the way that they feel in my hands. They have a very soft handle to them, but they just kind of glide over the hair, and they have a ceramic barrel which just kind of smooths out the frizz and locks in any type of moisture, so it's better for your hair, which is great if you have mature, dry hair or that's color treated like mine. The 1 inch gives definitely a tighter curl with more definition, and this is specifically for somebody whose hair would not hold a curl. This would be a perfect fit. The 1.5 gives a looser, more modern type curl, more of a soft wave. So just think more volume and effortless movement with the 1.5 inch. Hair type and texture matters. As we age, our hair gets more fragile, it gets thinner, and it definitely gets more drier. If your hair is fine and straight and doesn't really hold a curl, definitely the 1 inch would be better. But if you have thicker, coarser hair and you're just looking to smooth out and give it a big wave, then the 1.5 inch would be a good fit. And this will just give you more of a sleek, polished look. And the long barrels are amazing, especially if you're reaching in the back, right? And you don't have a shorter barrel and you're trying to get it around there. All you need to do, and I'm going to show you in today's video, is just take one section, wrap it around the hair, and then hold it, because it'll fit the whole back of your head in one fall swoop. Okay, so let's get started. Always use a heat protectant on your hair. I have a couple of hair that I like. So if you like to set your hair and your hair does not hold the curl, you're going to want a thermal heat protectant that also has a high hold. This one here from Redken, it's the 22. It is called the Thermal Spray Hot Sets, and it's for curling irons that go from 450 to 230 Celsius. It's a heat protecting spray with a high hold. Now, if your hair holds a really good curl and you're just looking to protect your hair, this one here from Sexy Hair, that's called Protect Me. It's just going to really protect your hair from any of that heat that's going to be going on there. This will go up to a 450-degree hot tool. So whether it's a curling iron or a flat iron, this is a great fit. If you like a good smell and a heat protectant, then you're going to love this one here from Moroccan oil. It's hardly any in this. This is my absolute favorite for heat protectant. I just love the way it smells on the hair. And this also goes up to 450 degrees Fahrenheit, 230 degrees Celsius. All of these protectants are good for all types of hair, but depending on what you're looking to achieve with the protectant, whether it's hold or whether it's just to protect. I'll leave everything linked in the description box below. On one side, I'm going to go in with the Moroccan oil and use the Perfect Defense, which this one just is a heat protecting. And on the other side of the head, I'm going to go in with this high hold thermal set spray from Redken. Okay, so I'm going to go in and I'm going to part my hair right down the middle, and then we're just going to pull this side over. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to clip this side out of the way so I don't get the other hair caught in it. And I'm going to start with the 1 inch first. And what I do is I just kind of gently go in and I spray it pretty liberally all over and get underneath where my hair has a tendency to get drier. I'm going to start from the back, and I'm going to go in, and hopefully you can see what I'm doing. And I'm just going to section it off, and I'm going to grab one section like so. Okay, I'm going to take this section, I'm going to grab it up like this in my hand. You can see I have layers. I have medium length hair with layers in it. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to take this 1 inch, and I have mine set at 360. And I'm going to go in and I'm just going to wrap around, and you can see how it grabs all the hair and just kind of bring that to the back like so. Let it sit down there for a few seconds and then let it fall out. I'm going to go in again, and this is the great thing about these long barrels, is that you can grab large sections of hair, and so you can do it a lot quicker. Okay, I'm gonna go in, let's spray it again. I go through a lot of heat protectant only because my hair is dry in color. Comb it in again. And just so you know, the 1 inch retails for $149 from Bionic, and the other, the larger barrel retails for $169. Now for me, I go through these irons pretty regularly because I use them for work, and they're on like all day long and like for 6 to 8 hours. And they can just get completely beat up, but they are by far my favorite favorite curling irons. So you can see I have it wrapped around. I'm gonna grab that end. I don't like my ends too tight. That just gives it a really nice tight curl. And you can see how easy this is. This is like 1, 2, 3. Now, depending on whether or not you like a lot of curl with the front piece or not, a lot of times I'll leave that out and I'll just do this front piece like so. I bring it towards my nose and then bring it down. Everything goes away from the face. Now I can take this front piece. I don't like this too tight like I just said, so I will go in there and just kind of take that iron, bring it in and gently glide it down so it's not a tight curl. So when you're done, it should look something like this. All right, so let's go in the other side. I'm going to take this thermal spray, and this comes in a pump. The others are aerosols. So this will get your hair a little wetter, and it definitely has a higher hold. So if you have hard to hold hair, this probably would be a good fit. And again, I kind of go in there pretty liberal and spray my hair down. Again, I'm looking to protect my hair. I like to use a tail comb because I can go right straight down the back of my head and go in there, grab that hair, pull it out. Take this, again, this is set at 360, in there, start at mid shaft and go in and just kind of pull it down till you can see the end of the hair. Let it sit in there for a few seconds. Again, I'm looking in my camera, trying to do this. And you can see how this already, you can feel like it has a more product on there, like a more of a setting type spray on the hair. So I bring it out like at an angle just like this, just parallel to my head and pull it straight out. And go in, and again, I'm just gonna grab that. I start here, so if you have any frizz at the root area, this iron will kind of eliminate any of that and bring it straight down. And gently glide it. It really very gently glides and it really grips the hair, so you don't have to worry about the hair falling out. But if you have really hard hair to hold, using a mousse on your hair prior when you're blowing out your hair will definitely help with the hold too. I know it's a very 80s thing, but it's one of my favorite things to use. I recommend it all the time for brides to use to prep their hair. To do this side, I'll go in and I'll just grab the tip and I'll bring it down gently so it's going backward. Okay, so when you're done, it should look something like that. And you can already see how this side is tighter and then this side is looser. I love using a wide tooth comb like this to comb out my hair. So let's go in and we'll show you exactly. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see, and we're just going to pull this out. So you can see how that just kind of gives it more of that effortless sort of loose modern type wave that's going on. But again, it all depends on your hair type, right? That has a lot to do with it. So if your hair does not hold a curl, this probably won't work for you. Let's go in over here. I'm going to show you this side. And you can see already how this side just gives it more curl, a little bit more volume. But again, if your hair does not hold a curl, I can't stress enough that this on my hair is gonna look super curly because I have curly hair. But again, if you have fine hair, this would be a good fit. Because what would happen with this then, by the end of the day, if your hair doesn't hold a curl, because I do this all the time on with bridesmaids and brides. I'll curl their hair on the beginning part of the wedding, right? Like say they're the first person. By the time I'm leaving, the curl has dropped to be like, and I'm talking like 5-6 hours later, the curl with finer hair that doesn't hold a curl has dropped down to look something like this in a few hours, okay? But where the person with the thicker, coarser hair, this holds the entire time and looks like that until the end of the night. So it really does depend a lot on your hair. So let me know in the comments below, which side do you prefer? And I'm gonna show you the back so you can see what it looks like from the back. So again, there you have it. That is the curlier side. And then we have the more effortless modern side, which looks like this. And I'll link both curling irons in the description box below if you want to check them out. And also, don't forget, I have my guide to healthy glowing skin and healthy hair. I'm going to leave it in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give me the thumbs up and subscribe.